नमस्कार श्रीमान कुमार वरुण जी, कैसे हो आप?
हाय तन्मय, मैं बहुत अच्छा हूँ। बहुत अच्छा टाइम चल रहा है, मैं बहुत खुश हूँ
स्कूल ऑफ लाइफ देखा है आपने?
ना।
Everyone now.
बहुत अच्छा चैनल है, मुझे बहुत पसंद है। चैट, आपको ये चैनल देखना चाहिए। इट्स अ वेरी नाइस चैनल दैट आई थिंक यू विल रियली एंजॉय। तो अभी का वीडियो, तो अभी ये बहुत पुराना डिबेट है। डज डेमोक्रेसी वर्क व्हेन यू लेट द मोस्ट कॉमन मैन डिसाइड फॉर एवरीबॉडी एल्स? हाउ डज
Yeah.
दैट पैन आउट? और आर वी इन फेवर ऑफ कॉम्पिटेंट डिक्टेटरशिप? दिस इज अ कॉन्वर्सेशन आई हैव हैड वेरी ऑफन।
Yeah.
तो एक बहुत बढ़िया सा, एक बहुत कूल इंसान था जिसका नाम था सॉक्रेटिस। नाम सुना होगा आपने? सॉक्रेटिस सुना आपने? हम दिल दे चुके सनम में उनका बहुत बड़ा किरदार था।
जिसको
Socrates was
हिंदी
a Greek philosopher, but
में
was he a real? Was
या
he
ही
a
वाज
real?
या
Socrates was Plato was the one who was fictional, right?
नो
No,
नो
no, no,
नो
no. Who did
प्लेटो।
Socrates write about?
सो देयर वाज सॉक्रेटिस,
हाँ
देन प्लेटो और प्लाटो और whatever you
हाँ
call
हाँ
him,
हाँ.
and then Aristotle. Okay.
Socrates used to write books, right? Or Socrates used to have stories. I forget. कुछ तो fuck कर दिया मैंने. Sorry. तो Socrates was KV. There is some debate on whether Socrates was a real person or no.
हाँ.
Because he has only ever appeared in Plato's writing, apparently.
Okay.
So people are like, maybe he was a figment of Plato's imagination of a person like Socrates. So maybe Plato, these were Plato's ideas that he expressed to Socrates. Again, I am not an authority on this. I just know that there is some chatter about this. I had read it some time ago. So Socrates used to believe that democracy, he used to not believe in democracy. And this video tries to explain to us why.
इसके पहले मैं एक बार आपको बहुत फनी चीज
बता दो।
उसका मैं एक्सप्लेनेशन में नहीं जाऊंगा, वो उसका एक मैं आपको लिंक भेज दूंगा। गुलजार एक्सप्लेन्स हाउ दैट इज। बट फनी चीज ये है कि सबका एक हिंदी वर्जन रहता है ना, एटलीस्ट इफ नॉट हिंदी, साउथ एशियन वर्जन एक रहता है हर वेस्टर्न नाम का, राइट? तो सोक्रेटिस को सुकरात बोलते हैं।
तो हाँ, सोक्रेटिस को सुकरात बोलते,
एरिस्टोटल को अरस्तु बोलते हैं,
एरिस्टोटल को अरस्तु बोलते।
बट प्लाटो को पता है क्या बोलते हैं?
क्या?
अफलातून। Cool.
We're used to thinking very highly of democracy, and by extension of ancient Athens, the civilization that gave rise to it. Philosophy was highly suspicious of its other achievement, democracy. The founding father of Greek philosophy, Socrates, is portrayed in the dialogues of Plato as hugely pessimistic about the whole business of democracy. In Book 6 of the Republic, Plato describes Socrates falling into conversation with a character called Adimantus. So why then, responds Socrates, do we keep thinking that any old person should be fit to judge who should be the ruler of a country? Socrates' point is that voting in an election is a skill, not a random intuition. And like any skill, it needs to be taught systematically to people.
And not bought by giving daru bench.
Letting the citizenry vote without an education is as irresponsible as putting them in charge of a trireme sailing to Samos in a storm. Socrates was to have first-hand catastrophic experience of the foolishness of voters. In 399 BC, the philosopher was put on trial on trumped-up charges of corrupting the youth of Athens.
Socrates का फोटो देख के लोग ऋतिक रोशन ओपी लिख रहे, गुड वन, I am trying, guys.
We have given the vote to all without connecting it to wisdom. And Socrates knew exactly where that would lead, to a system the Greeks feared above all, demagoguery. Ancient Athens had painful experience.
1 minute silence. 1 minute F in chat for the world right now.
Socrates knew how easily people seeking election could exploit our desire for easy answers. He asked us to imagine an election debate between two candidates, one who was like a doctor and the other who was like a sweet shop owner. The sweet shop owner would say of his rival, "Look, this person here has worked many evils on you. He hurts you, gives you bitter potions and tells you not to eat and drink whatever you like."
I like how he hurts you is this image.
Oh my God.
What doctor is this? डॉक्टर साहब, मेरे गार्ड से टट्टी नहीं निकल रही है, डॉक्टर साहब होल ड्रिल कर रहे हैं उसमें.
He'll never serve you feasts of many and varied pleasant things like I will. Socrates asks us to consider the audience.
So democracy is like So what Socrates says was, imagine a debate between a guy who sells sweets and chocolates and a doctor. क्या बोलेगा chocolate बेचने वाला? Chocolate वाला, if I may say so.
He herds you, gives you bitter potions, and tells you not to eat and drink whatever you like. He'll never serve you feasts of many and varied pleasant things like I.
अच्छे स्वीट्स आने वाले हैं. इससे देखो डॉक्टर ने बहुत डैमेज किया आपको. डॉक्टर ने बहुत करप्शन किया है. डॉक्टर ने मार दिया इस देश की. मैं आपको अच्छे स्वीट्स लाके दूंगा.
डॉक्टर का इसलिए चोंच है कि वो बात नहीं करता है इंसानों की तरह.
हाँ, बात नहीं कर. डॉक्टर कितना कम बात करता है. बात नहीं कर पाता है डॉक्टर. कितना चुप है ये डॉक्टर. नपुंसक है ये डॉक्टर.
Socrates asks us to consider the audience's response. Do you think the doctor would be able to reply?
This is not to say Congress is doctor, by the way.
No way.
Not at all. इसमें इंडिया में दोनों तरफ के स्वीट शॉप ओनर ही है.
We have preferred to think of democracy as an unambiguous good rather than as something that is only ever as effective as the education system that surrounds it. As a result, we have elected many sweet shop owners and very few doctors.
Nice. इसलिए जब सोक्रेटिस बोलता है तो थोड़ा ऐसा लगता है कि कुछ तो सोच के बोला होगा यार.
करेक्ट करेक्ट. और ये जो नरेट भी कर रहा था लास्ट में बहुत थोड़ा दुखी टाइप हो गया.
हाँ. फिलोसफी प्लेटो देखे अभी. आज सोक्रेटिस देखा है, प्लेटो भी देखते हैं.
बिल्कुल. डन.
चलो.
Plato is often confused with Socrates. Socrates was an older friend who taught Plato a lot but didn't write any books. Plato wrote lots of them, 36, all dialogues, beautifully crafted scripts of imaginary discussions in which Socrates is always allotted a starring role, among them the Republic, the Symposium, the Laws, the Meno, and the Apology.
ये सब मुझे पढ़ना है. तूने रिपब्लिक पढ़ा है क्या?
नहीं, पूरा तो नहीं पढ़ा, बस ऐसा अब्रिज वर्जन यहाँ वहाँ पढ़ा होगा. पूरा नहीं पढ़ पाओगे तन्मय. बहुत है.
बहुत है क्या?
Yeah, it's not a great read also. It's very academic in nature. It's not a great read.
4 big ideas for making life more fulfilled. First big idea: think more. We rarely give ourselves time to think carefully and logically about our lives and how to lead them. Sometimes we just go along with what the Greeks called doxa, or popular opinions. In the 36 books he wrote, Plato showed this common sense to be riddled with errors, prejudice, and superstition. Fame is great. Follow your heart. Money is the key to a good life. The problem is, popular opinions edge us towards the wrong values, careers, and relationships. Plato's answer is, know yourself. It means doing a special kind of therapy, philosophy. It means doing a special kind of therapy, philosophy.
Philosophy का मतलब पता है as the word? Philosophy meaning. Phil is love.
Yeah, that's why it says love of wisdom nature.
Philosophia, love of wisdom.
Phil as a keyword is love. No, that's why we say cinephile, bibliophile.
Yeah.
All that is love of books, love of movies.
Yeah.
Pedophile, love of tongue.
In honor of his mentor and friend Socrates, this kind of examination is called a Socratic discussion.
It's basically heart versus mind wala this thing. No, what he's saying is that the heart is more easily influenced by society. And if you have greater control on your mind, you're likely to be able to battle social expectations and think for yourself what is actually good for you. What it means is you expect others also to choose sides because you want to belong to one thing very clearly. इसलिए सब कुछ black and white हो गया. किसी को सोचना नहीं है. सबको इसलिए जवाब चाहिए. Like एमीवे या डिवाइन, ये की ये, यूट्यूब या टिकटॉक. Nobody wants to have a deeper discussion क्योंकि हमें बस अपनी ट्राइब बना के रखनी चाहिए कि मैं ठीक हूँ क्योंकि मेरे ऐसे और लोग हैं इसलिए मैं सिक्योर हूँ. So I think people have stopped thinking for themselves, and the worst part about people who don't think for themselves is they make other people think lesser by applying pressure on them. Think, choose, don't think. And I find them the worst kind. I find them the most primitive kind. It's fine, think for yourself.
Everyone pretty much likes beautiful things, but Plato was the first to ask, why do we like them? He found a fascinating reason. Beautiful objects are whispering important truths to us about the good life. We find things beautiful when we unconsciously sense in them qualities we need but are missing in our lives. Gentleness, harmony, balance, peace, strength. Beautiful objects, therefore, have a really important function. They help to educate our souls.
What the fuck? Have you ever thought of it this way?
I never, मतलब ये इस पूरे वीडियो में पहला चीज है जिसमें थोड़ा ऐसा
तो ऐसा I've never heard of this.
Plato spent a lot.
क्या लगता है इसके थियोरी के बारे में केबी?
ब्यूटी वाला now that he says it तो लग रहा है बात तो सही है.
I never imagined.
I never thought
of it that way.
yeah,
I think it's a nice like philosophy to believe in.
Plato therefore wanted to give Athens new celebrities, replacing the current crop with ideally wise and good people he called guardians, models for everyone's good development. These people would be distinguished.
Plato was left liberal. Plato was left liberal. Plato did not like problematic celebrities.
Yeah.
Plato was like, I'll give you new progressive celebrity. Celebrity who's inclusive.
The Academy in Athens, which lasted a good 300 years. There, pupils learnt not just maths and spelling, but also how to be good and kind. His ultimate goal was that politicians should become philosophers. The world will not be right, he said, until kings become philosophers or philosophers kings.
Oh, what a nice thought. What a nice thought.
Yeah.
Like leaders should become philosophers. Leaders should be people who are people who spend their lives in pursuit of truth.
Yeah.
Or people who are in pursuit of truth should become leaders.
Yeah.
Which is why, you know, wo saying aati hai aajkal, comedians have become journalists, journalists have become comedians. And I think the reason why a lot of people resonate with that is comedians inherently have a pursuit of truth. Because in order to write comedy, you have to find the truth in what's being in what you're trying to say, which is why maybe when comedians talk about issues, they're able to cut through to the truth of the matter faster than, rather more efficiently than journalists. So yeah, I think if you want comedians to rule the world, comedians will have to be the philosophers who become kings.
थोड़ा सा लास्ट में प्लेटो ने ना अपना प्रोपेगेंडा भी कर दिया.
सेल्फ वोट. खुद के वीडियो को लाइक कर दिया, खुद के चैनल को सब्सक्राइब कर दिया.
बाकी तो ठीक है, मैंने सब बात कर दिया, ब्यूटी सेक्स एंड बट मेरे को लगता है लीडर पता है किसको होना चाहिए, पता है किसको होना चाहिए? मेरे ख्याल से फिलोसोफर.
चलो गाइस, थैंक यू KV, see you.